just going to continue that. I think I just actually put the camera on vertical. Now we're back on horizontal, so we'll see how that goes. So sorry about that. So just feeding my Albino Darwin Python, just a little weaner. This is kind of like a feeder cage that I put together, but Butters, my albino, has been in here for a little bit, but let's see what we can come up with here. Completely on the other side, as you know, they all come back into the end of the fold. So just for a second, you can kind of see this is the mouse over there. I don't think I'll have to move too much. Coming back into the. I know this log is kind of in the way, but we'll. Let's just do a bit of this. Here we go. Super fast. He's kind of due for a feed, but I'm breeding my. Oh, here we go. It's a good shot actually. But our mouse just wants to go another way. He's actually, the mouse, she is a pretty much a carbon copy of the dad, so which is interesting. So let's bring this back into a little bit more interest. Here we go. Oh, and thank you, sir. That's business time. Let's put this out of the way like that. Oh, no, back to eating. Look at that. That's super interesting. Hey, like, he has let go of the mouse, but still squeezing. Look at that. You can see the legs kicking. Maybe I'm just moving around a little bit too much. And the focus is not magic. But let's see what we can do. Yeah, no, I'm not looking at you. Bit of kicking going on. Kicking. Never refuse to feed Butters. Always likes a good little snack at night time when I get in. So I'm really bummed about that focus actually. So maybe that's, how's that? That is. Okay, well. It's really interesting takedown. Like, took it like a champ, but just wanted to check me out the whole time, which is good. But you know, like I said, never refuse to feed. Knows what he's got. Now gonna have a bit of a search around. Hasn't been the smartest snake, but like most younger pythons or snakes, I suppose, they they just don't know where the head is, and they kind of work it out. But I've got a whole heap of sawdust and stuff in here, which kind of makes it a little bit harder sometimes. But like the other recording with my Ruffy Python, they have a bit of a struggle trying to find the head. But once they do, down it goes. This will be a quick little lunchtime snack, brunch even. Actually, you can probably still hear this fan. I might just turn that off. Butters is about, let me think, 3 3 months, 3 or 4 months old. I can't remember the date now. I have to probably put it in there and try and work it out. But he's growing nicely. It doesn't look like you can see a whole lot there, but quite a big snake now. I mean, you know, for a yearling. Starting to work it out. Yeah, that focus is a bit funny. Cause I'm only just doing this on an iPhone, and so the focus, I don't believe, adjusts. So apologies to everyone. See my movements and shadows, which is obviously affecting him a little bit, but you know, we'll power on. It's what we do. I think I recorded him trying to find the head of this mouse that I gave him for about half an hour one night. He caught him sitting up on a log from a branch, and then it just had it all wrapped up in a really weird way, and just couldn't work it out. But super committed. So eventually, oh, here we go. Maybe no, I'm just gonna go fully upside down, but fully committed to the cause. Obviously, when you're hungry, you're hungry. Yeah, it was. I did get a little bit of footage, but it's not really spectacular. So I've just started doing these recordings now, and now I'm very grateful. I've got a little tripod boom that I can actually get some still, as in unshaky, not shaky footage. So, but it may look better as I play it back, but it just doesn't look super sharp. So. And I believe after a shed, he will look much more vibrant. At the moment, it just kind of looks like a pale yellow all the way through, but it's got some. He has some great colours. Well, obviously two. Oh, looks like we might have a win here. Just letting loose. Oh, maybe not. This is always the joy of it. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like a box of chocolates here with old albino Darwin Pythons. So we can just adjust that light a little bit. Yeah, you can see a little bit more light. Oh, there we go. There we go. Bit of shaking happening. Apologies. Usually after after a little bit of a feed, he goes for a bit of a wander. Wants to stretch his legs and go for a bit of a stretch, and then settles down again for the last couple of for a few days. But then usually I give a bigger mouse, but this is something I felt like he needed a feed. Great footage. How they tangle themselves up is just incredible. Darwin Python used to be quite expensive a few years ago. I've wanted one for about 10 years. But then I went overseas, went over to America and lived there for a couple of years. But now coming back, I'm like, I need to get an albino something. So Albino Darwin is more common now, especially in the last few years. Prices come down. And then a Ruffy come up as well. So I got one of those just the other day. So, but just, they're fantastic animals, just incredible. He's going to pop this in his mouth like a lollipop, like just nothing at all. Colour looks a little bit better there. I'll see if I can just improve that colour just by giving it a little bit more light, but not sure how I'm going. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's really, it's probably a bit too much. I overdid it. But yeah, hopefully you can see. I think it's already back down the back legs already. Like, it's just, it's kind of like a midnight snack even. So anyway, so I'm going to start to film some more footage of all my my animals feeding, a few different things. Hope this is of interest to people. So just send us a message if you want to see more, if you want to see certain things. Like and subscribe, obviously. Facebook is a great Instagram is a that also. YouTube is a great platform for so many different things, and I'm starting to get into it a little bit more now. I've always wanted to do it, but now, like, I've just got such a great reason. These great animals, feeding and growing them to be a great pet, and their colors and their nature is just fantastic. So education is great for kids and people who are perhaps scared of snakes. They're pretty placid in most cases, especially the pythons. They can be a bit bitey, but it depends on the environment, like every sort of scenario, like every household. So yeah, it's not the best footage from this side, but it kind of, you can see some cool stuff. He's going to turn around, I'm sure, in a minute. You'll see his jaws, spread out wide. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's a great shot. Almost asking for more. Yeah. Get that tail down. Yeah. Well done. Well done, Butters. You're a tribute to the snake community. Very, very impressed. Never dismiss the abilities of a snake in captivity. The cameras on you, very impressive. They say never work with children and animals, but you know what? Butters is a superstar. It's just my shaky camera footage is what people are just going to be upset with. But anyway, and a light right behind me with my shadows. Yeah, it's all happening. So all class here. I don't want to disappoint anyone, but it is how it is. Butters has got it down his gob. I'll put this across over the top here again. So he's got something to sort of hang on, because he does hang out. He does hang out on this a little bit sometimes. Not my best work. Not great footage right there, but look at that. Marvelous effort. Come on, stretch your legs a little bit. Let us see you in your full glory. Well, it doesn't look as as mobile as I thought he'd be right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got something happening. Maybe it's just a shadow that I'm just disturbing him a little bit. So he usually gets a nice little stretch going on. Come on, stride out, buddy. Don't let the community down. My 27 viewers. There's 27 people relying on you here, Butters, so don't let the team down. Or perhaps you're just going to have that snack and just curl back up and go back to snooze. But you know what? That's okay. It's all about education. It's not about the numbers. Oh, I shouldn't have moved the camera there, but that was a cool shot. Just realigning, readjusting his jaws, because they do unhinge their jaws like you. Probably not the best example, but probably the best example I can think of right now. But like if you dislocated your shoulder, it can just pop back in, right? There's a fair bit of pain involved, as I would assume, but as I've seen in different footage and different things. But with their jaws, they can dislocate them, stretch the skin out, sort of get their jaws working to, suck that, draw that food into their mouth, that prey item. And then they can actually just stretch their jaws again and pop the jaw back in. So it's almost like not elastic, but it's comfortably oh, that was actually quite good. Dislocated jaws, which separate from the middle down the bottom, like from your lower jaw, and the bottom left and right kind of come out and stretch to allow a larger prey item to go down. So, and when you saw those jaws, that's just kind of like getting that right positioning to relocate those hinges, and yeah, it goes back in. So it's kind of cool. Quite an exciting little episode. Obviously, if you're not as much into snakes, you're like, oh wow, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Another nice little realignment there. I'm thinking about the next week or two, he'll be ready for another shed, because he's looking quite plain in color, which kind of happens as the skin, like when you got sunburnt or whatever the case, you'll actually here we go. I'm gonna go for a bit of a wander. You have a layer of skin that you can kind of peel off after the sunburn kind of heals, I suppose. So you peel that skin off, or it leaves your body. Same with the snake. They when they increase in size, they shed their skin. But until that time, their coloration gets a little bit more dull and comes off their mouth, their eyes, the whole thing. So currently right now that's the kind of stage he's getting to, but he's not in blue just yet, so his eyes are still clean, but he's definitely very dull. So anyway, so I'll just do a little bit of a zoom in here, see if I can get some nice close-ups. Definitely can't get that sharpness here that I would like to, but anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. It was just a little bit of footage and information that I'd like to add to the community for people to see. Kind of cool, with my own little spin on it. And I will I'll leave you there. I'll cut it off, upload, and like and subscribe if you'd like to see some more feeding videos and some other things that I can come up with. I've got all sorts of things, snakes, spiders, and insects and that sort of thing. So yeah, just trying to fill a page with interest and education. So thank you, enjoy, and have a great night.